So here we are outside the Dean Court Vitality Stadium and unfortunately not celebrating a win on your birthday, Paul.
No, unfortunately not. It was a bit of a dire game, to be honest. I mean, first half we looked pretty good, solid, wanted to pass the ball into the goal, nobody wanted to shoot from any kind of range. And then second half, I don't know what happened, it was a complete collapse. We just looked awful. Every time we got the ball, it went to a whole player and they just looked like they wanted it more again, which seems to be a theme recently. It's not good.
Yeah, very contrasting. The Hull came out with a bit more fight as well, didn't they? And gave us a real hard time. A lot of height in that team, a lot of pace. We didn't start with the same team that we expected. We had no Cahill at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
And Mepham was brought in. Mepham got injured. Also, we went with Billing and Marcondes, which looked like, on paper, a very exciting proposition.
Yeah, I think it should have been. But for some reason, Billing just became a shadow in the game. He just didn't get into it at all. A lot of his touches were wide, not going to the target, and it just didn't look like he was that interested in playing today, Billing, to be honest. But, we had that in a couple of seasons in the Premier League as well, didn't we, where he just sort of looked a bit pedestrian, and today he had one of those days where he just didn't look like he was on it. But somebody's best player, favourite player, so I can't slate him too much.
Noah,
yeah.
I like your hat. Can we get a little look at Noah's hat here? What's the hat say, Noah?
Never mind.
Never mind, you're right, and I shouldn't really mind that much, but I do at the moment. I'm a little bit upset. How are you feeling?
So bad I want the Cherries to poison the Tigers.
Oh, wow. Well, there is your video, your video title right there, Sam. Yeah, if only we had. Unfortunately, we didn't. What do you think went wrong today?
Well, it's just the whole City players were time wasting.
There was a lot of time wasting, wasn't there? You could understand why they did that, though?
So they could win.
So they could win, yeah, and they did get the win. It was a good goal by them, I suppose, if we're being fair.
Yeah.
But Travers did quite well in our goal.
Yeah.
Good. Is there anything else you want to say before we finish up?
Yeah. There's a game like 2 or 3 days after my birthday.
Right. Who's that against? Do you remember?
Nottingham Forest.
Nottingham Forest. Oh, that's going to be Steve Cook then. Okay, well, we didn't win today. Can we win that one?
Yes.
Yes. I love it, Noah. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks a lot.
Good. Aaron.
Hello, thanks.
Hey, mate. How are you?
Yeah, not great. It was, first half performance was okay, just not clinical enough. Second half was dire. It's falling apart. I mean, it just seems to be falling apart. But if Dom's not on his game, like he wasn't last week at Luton, we got nothing else. Billing, I thought, was dire. Absolutely dire. I thought Christie and Stacey tried to make things happen down the right, and I thought they were our best two players. But it's just not happening. He's isolated, and what gets me is that it's all right if you have a system and a philosophy, but you've got to be prepared to change it up a little bit during the game. If you're losing to a team 20th in the division, maybe go 2 up top. We might not have won, but we didn't win anyway. Didn't get a result anyway. You've got to change something during the game. You can't just do like for like. First time I'm questioning it a little bit. I'm kind of the last of the. I hate doing this, but the first time I'm questioning philosophies and decisions during matches and things like that. Meps went off with his hamstring, which is a shame for him. Cahill has looked dodgy the last few weeks, and again, the goal came from his slice.
Yeah.
Steve Cook's having a great game at Nottingham Forest again. Man of the match every week. Leader.
Not on, mate.
Yeah.
It definitely seemed a game of two halves. I know it's a bit of a cliche, but that first half we created lots and lots of chances. Came out the second half, and Hull seemed to kind of work us out, didn't they?
Yeah. Interestingly, I thought they would tire because they played on Wednesday night, and that a goal would come and would work them. But they looked energised. You're right.
Yeah.
They came out and completely pinned us back and did a job on us. And from that moment, we should have reacted, or Scott should have changed something to react to what they did, because they pinned us back and they put an extra man, whatever, in midfield, whatever they did, and we didn't react to it. And you're not going to, you can keep trying the same thing over again. There were 9 minutes of injury time. I think there could have been 29 minutes of injury time. I don't think we would have scored. And that's the most depressing thing.
It felt to me, and I think maybe we might be akin on this, is that and the debate will rage on. Is it Parker ball? Is it the players? Today, for me, it felt like there needed to be a change. There did need to be a change of tactic, a change of formation.
I think there had to be. I think you have to. There comes a time when Dom cannot do it by himself, and that's proved the last few games. We've got 2 wins out of 9 now. You need to go 2 up. I know we're looking at strikers. We are desperate for a midfielder who can pick up the ball and score a goal. Because Lerman's not going to do that for you. Pearson's not going to do that for you. Christie has shown that he can't really do that. And Marcondes, again, we need someone who can get the game by the scruff of the neck and dictate the game from the midfield. It's too static. The angles, no one was making the runs. The angles, you're going to come up against these teams who have low blocks, who play that. We've seen it already this season. Against Hull earlier in the season, Peterborough, Preston. These teams are going to do it. If we can't work them out, we're not going to go up.
No. So, tell me something positive before we go to Barnsley.
Positive before we go to Barnsley. Zamora should be back next week.
Zamora should be back next week.
And again, that's a weird one. We seem to be the only team who don't play their internationals when they come back. I mean, Arsenal had someone who came back that day from Ghana and made their game against Liverpool. Zamora, I know, was back in the country on Wednesday. He was training yesterday. Unless he's picked up a knock, let's get him on the pitch.
Get him on the pitch. Get him on the pitch. Lovely to talk to you, Anne.
You too.
All the best, mate. See you soon. Liam. Hey, Liam. How you doing, mate?
Oh, not a good result then.
No, not a good result. Not what we wanted, was it?
What? I think we need another striker.
Another striker?
Yeah.
What, to replace Dom or to play next to Dom, do you think?
To play next to Dom. We haven't got one to replace Dom anyway, so...
Very true. Very true.
Not good, really.
No. Is there anything positive we can take from the game today, Liam? Is there anything that you enjoyed?
We should have been at least 4 or 5-0 up in the first half.
Yeah.
Just didn't take the chances. All over them first half.
Yeah, I think they came with a game plan, didn't they? And it kind of worked, kind of stopping us in that way. And then the second half, why didn't we come out the same as we were in the first?
I don't know, really. We always do it. Second half, lose it a bit.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. Travis made a good save.
I thought the 2 wing backs were our man of the matches.
Yeah, they were the ones who were actually bringing that ball forward and doing something with it, weren't they? A lot of added on time at the end there.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of sort of playing around from Hull.
Time wasted.
Do you think we'll look back on this game and think it's one that we should have won?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too, Liam.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we've got Barnsley next. Do you think we'll be better?
Hopefully.
We can only hope.
Yeah.
Lovely speaking to you.
All right.
Thanks, Liam.
All right, how you doing?
Hey, Kurt, you all right?
Yeah, not too bad. I'll tell you what, let's get out of the way to start with, shall we? Hull City, great finish. They came and done the job they wanted to do. Most teams in this league will frustrate us and waste time. We got to accept that. But let's get that out of the way. Not scoring against Hull City in 2 games in the Championship is unacceptable with this squad.
Why didn't we score, Kurt? Because we had chances. So what was the problem there in that first half, do you think, first?
I said it during the matchday vlog that obviously Sam will drop at some point on back of the net, that we play in bursts and waves. We do not hurt teams for long enough. We don't play for 30 minutes. We play for 3 minutes. We hit the post. And then we allow Hull City to gain confidence and set up in their formation. Then we hit them again 10 minutes later for 2 minutes. And then Dom Solanke has a shot saved. Then we go back into our shell. And then we don't hurt teams for 20 minutes, then have a breather. And then another 20 minutes and have a breather. That's what teams like Fulham do. They don't care that they can see goals. They go out and win football matches 3-2, 5-2. They've done it again today. We have the squad to do that. But unfortunately, once we go behind and then they've got 11 men behind the ball, it's a different task. And I really can't think of a chance that we registered even with 9 minutes added on. That's worrying.
Yeah, really worrying. And it's interesting you mentioned there about Fulham. There was an article this week, or some comments on Twitter. Ahmed Shobel, I think, spoke to Scott Parker about how he wants more to play and how actually Fulham are doing a better job of what we're trying to do at the moment and scoring in that way. Okay, so then second half, what happened there? Because we created chances in the first half. The second half we created very, very little, and they came out with a completely different philosophy as well, didn't they?
And they got on the front foot in that second half, and they had a corner, and you could build the frustration within the atmosphere. I was in the North Stand, you could feel the frustration kicking in, and then you're misplacing passes, and then Billings not controlling the ball, and Jamal Lowe's can't make a 5-yard pass. What is Jamal Lowe? Is he a winger? Clearly not. Is he a striker? No, he's not. He's a half and half and did nothing today. Morgan Rogers came off the bench against Luton last week, scored a goal. Why are you not starting him against Hull City? I don't think he can cut the mustard, but if you're not giving Morgan Rogers a start against a team like Hull at home when he's going to have spaces to work with as a natural winner, when are you going to play Morgan Rogers? Ship him back to Man City. It's too early for him. We need someone like Tom Lawrence or someone that can come in and give us balance, because we didn't have balance on both sides. We had a bit from Jack Stacey and Christie on one side. Leif Davis was confused. Low, are you going to link with me, not link with me? There was nothing there. And we need to sort it out. And I thought the formation was right today. Marcondes and Billing, perfect. You don't need two holding midfielders in this game. Unfortunately, we just didn't make it happen, and we don't hurt and pin teams back for long enough. That's the big thing for me. We need to do 15 minutes, get a breather. 15 minutes. We do 2 minutes. And then it's all at a lovely pace for the opposition. And Hull will love that, us playing with the ball at the back. So a lot to think about.
Is there anything we could have changed differently? I mean, we sort of persevered with what we thought worked in the first half all the way through that second half, but it clearly wasn't knocking down the door, was it?
No, I think this squad's got a bit of a problem. On paper, it's a very good squad with very, very good players. What you can do with this squad is worrying, not a lot. You can't play Billing in a 2 in midfield. You can't play 2 up top because you don't have a second striker like Dom Solanke. I can very much see a 3-5-2 coming very, very soon with Laird and Zamora. But then you can't play Anthony. This squad is causing Parker, I think, a few problems, and I think we need a striker. If it is Kiefer Moore, maybe it is. I didn't think it was, but we need someone that can link up with Dom and create space for him, because every time the ball goes up to him, he's pinned because he's isolated and he's got no one to work with. So I can see a 3-5-2 coming very, very soon. Whether it'll work, I don't know, but this squad is not helping Parker, and he's struggling to get formations to win us football matches against team who don't allow us to counter-attack and open spaces. So, worrying that we haven't scored against Hull. That's concerning.
Is worried. We got the Barnsley next.
Yeah, they lost today, didn't they? Lost today against Birmingham. I'm looking forward to that next week, aren't I? That's going to be a lovely 18-hour day, or whatever it's going to be. So we should beat them. The worst team in the league. Lost today against Birmingham. But we need to be going into these matches thinking we can score 2 or 3 goals. Absolutely, 2 or 3 goals. We need to be going in 2-0 up. And really just taking teams, really taking them, putting them away, and we're not doing it, and that's worrying.
Lovely. All right, mate. All the best. See you soon. Thank you. Hi, Ethan. Hello. Well, it's difficult. It's difficult to be cheerful at the moment about that, because that wasn't the performance we wanted. Tell me what you thought of the game.
Well, we played good. We destroyed them first half, but second half we were really poor again. Just couldn't put our chances away, could we? Not at all. Just need more signings. Striker, definitely. Probably left winger.
Yeah.
So can't keep putting Jamal Lowe in. He don't fit that position. He's a striker. So I think we need another striker. Like Kiefer Moore, as everyone keeps saying, we need to buy him desperately for Solanke.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think this, just definitely feels a need to freshen up a little bit. We were doing well at the beginning of the season. We've had a little dip. Do you think this is the start of another little dip, or do you think we'll be okay?
I think it might be a start.
Yeah.
We just need to go for Barnsley and go all at it, because we need a win, because Fulham are rising up now. They've got more points than us. They're on like 54 points.
Yeah.
We're on like 49 still, so it's going to be tough.
We can still do it though, can't we?
Yeah,
we can still do it.
Yeah, of course we can.
Of course we can. Right. Brilliant. Thanks for coming on, Ethan. Good to speak to you.
Thank you.
Well, Alec, where do you want to start?
Okay, let's start with that was just the tip of the iceberg and how dirty these teams can be in this league. If we don't acknowledge that, right, we're going to be playing them again next season, right, and we still won't acknowledge it, and the loop will just keep on continuing. It's not good enough. We need to outplay them. We need to outsmart them. That's what Hull did. They outsmarted us. They outplayed us second half. They saw our weaknesses in the first half, and they took advantage of that, and we just didn't know what to do.
No, we don't know what to do when we cut the teams. And to be fair, Hull did very, very well, didn't they, with their game plan. Do you think we should have changed something, or can you think of something we could have changed to make that game better for us?
We should have brought on someone like Pearson, Kilkenny, someone in midfield who can be physical or create a chance, right? Because we weren't getting it into the final third with Billing, Solanke. But Kilkenny, Pearson, they would have taken the ball, they would have dribbled it up, they would have passed it, and we would be, comfortably second right now if we had put them on.
Okay, let's try and think of some more positives. Let's look at the team today. Who played well today?
I thought Stacey and Christie had a very good game. Stacey seems to do well when he hasn't really played that often, or he's always good. He's always good, when he hasn't played often. And Christie just does skills and just gets into the final third, and he's just brilliant at that. Who else? Lowe, I thought it was a mediocre game from him. Leaf, I really like the look of Leaf. I think we should sign him. It would be a good rotational with Zamora. Yeah, we just need to do better. We really do.
I think we do, but you've done fantastic today, so you're my man of the match. Man of the match award there. Yeah. How you doing, Tom? You all right?
Yeah, brilliant, mate. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Well, it's good to see you.
And you?
What can you just make noises?
Yeah, might as well. I don't know what else to say. I mean, we've got one of the best squads in the league. Yeah. Feels very reminiscent to last season. Like, unbelievable squad, unbelievable players. Don't know what to do with them. As soon as they scored, you felt like that was it. We got 9 minutes at a time. Dom's still on his own. He still stood there on his own. Going, does anyone go help me? I don't know how Billing stayed on for 90 minutes. It was just... everything about it was awful. Fulham would have been 3 up at half time. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how we hadn't finished them off at the break. And Hull, just perfect away performance, just sat back and nicked one chance. They got the goal. Don't think their goalkeeper had a save to make second half. No. I don't think so. We're at home to Hull. No respect to Hull because they played really well in the week. They've just beaten us and Blackburn in 1 week. So, I'm not going to give them any grief. But we were just awful, mate. I don't understand it at the moment. Everyone was telling me we just need a new manager. We just need a new manager to get the best out of this group. That's all everyone... Yeah. Last season I got so much grief because I was trying to back Tyndall and felt the players were letting him down a little bit. We've brought in a manager and who everyone wanted. I don't see any difference. I think we're just going to fade away and be a little bit off it like we were last season. I don't see this amazing turnaround. I don't see it. We're safer, more conservative. We're boring. We don't look clinical. I mean, as soon as they scored, I just thought it was game over. We just didn't like scoring. He doesn't change anything. As I say, Dom's on his own for the whole game. And I just don't see where we're going. I don't see any ideas. I don't see any way of changing it up. And now people are telling me, maybe we'll go to 3 at the back. Tyndall got absolute pelters for going for 3 at the back. I don't get it. I don't get it. Are these players, do we think they're better than they are? I don't know. I feel like a lot of them are going through the motions. Didn't know who you could give man of the match. I think they gave it to Mark Condes, but I mean, they couldn't give it to anyone in my opinion. Mep's got an injury as well, so that would probably stop Rossi maybe going out on loan, and maybe questions the Steve Cook sell, who won again today. But yeah, I probably felt Stacey and Christie tried on that right hand side maybe, but I'm trying to think of something. Travers never lets you down really. Still made. That's the thing. We had all them chances, but I still think Travers made some good saves. Yeah. Again,
kept us in it, didn't he? At one point.
And we said that about Begovic last season, didn't we? We mentioned on the second look, like Begovic was keeping us in games, and we're getting away with it, a bit of magic from Dan Juma, which Solanke's been doing. Just hadn't done it lately. Barnsley away, what a massive game. But they're below Derby, who are minus 21.
Unbelievable.
If we don't beat Barnsley, I mean, questions are going to be asked, but I didn't see that even at half time, even when it was frustrating. I still thought, you just ask them to do the same things, keep it under pressure. You always get tired when you haven't got the ball, which they didn't have. It'll come, and it was. I don't know what happened second half. I don't know what happened. First half, I think it's harsh to blame too much on the manager because we didn't finish our dinner.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know what happened second half. I don't know what's being told. And there's people like Pearson and Kilkenny on the bench that must be thinking, I don't let them down when I play. I always think we look better when Kilkenny's there. His last performance was Middlesbrough when he was the best outfield player. He hasn't played since. I don't get it. Just feels like he's easy to drop. Now I could go on. It's just really, really infuriating. But maybe it's a good time in terms of we still got a bit of the window left if he wants to do some bits and also change a few things. And we've still got enough of the season left. QPR got game in hand. We'll be out of it if they win their game in hand. So turn it around quickly, mate. But another one. Really, it feels a bit too common at the moment. We had the QPR, felt like that's changed it. Cardiff, maybe that Peterborough, that postponement really maybe killed the momentum a little bit. But last two have been shocking, and one was 3-2 and one was 1-0. So two different ways to lose a game, and both as bad as each other. And the first time for a long time I've seen like boos like that at the end. Marcondes come to give a shirt over at the end, and someone just absolutely pelted him. And I felt a little bit on Marcondes, because I don't think he's been a lot of the reason for the problems.
He's not playing, is he?
No, he hasn't been playing. He's come in, he tries to do what he can, and but yeah, I think it was just frustration. He was the one that come over. But Scott Parker going straight down the tunnel annoys me. That really annoys me. I think he comes over and claps when we win. Go and lose 1-0, come over and clap the fans. He went straight down the tunnel, and that frustrated me. But maybe that's his inner frustrations, and he wants to come out after the game. Maybe he'll say some stuff, but probably just wants to get in there and have a bit of a go at him. But there was nothing to change it, was there?
No.
I know we've got a few injuries, but I'm sorry, but our squad compared to most of the league, we've got a hell of a squad. We can't start moaning about we haven't got the options. No, we're bringing on players that are on loan from Man City. We're bringing on Jane Lanty. We have got players, but we never looked like trying to change we just kept on his own. We kept the same system. But yeah, it's not great at the moment, mate. But
not great.
Looking forward to a trip to Barnsley next week. Lovely place to go. Nice short trip. But yeah, I've said enough. We've got someone waiting, so I'll let them come on, mate. Nice to see you.
Good to see you, buddy. I'll speak to you soon. Are you all right?
Yeah, good.
Good. Do you know what? I've been standing here a while in the cold, and nobody said much that's very positive. It's really difficult to, isn't it? How was your experience of the game? Oh, thank you, mate. How was your experience of the game?
For the first half, started really well, and then second half just fell downhill, to be honest. My question is, what is Parker saying to the players in the changing rooms? Because they're just not good. They're not going for the 3 points, draw, or anything like that, to be honest.
Yeah, it did seem to be almost like a loss of belief, didn't it, after the second half? And Hull kind of got at us in the second half, and we allowed them to, whereas in the first half we didn't. So you're right. I mean, what is he saying to them? Is it then the football that we play, or is it the players that we've got? What do you think is the cause of us not winning the game today, for example?
I think it's the way we play. First half, Hull obviously didn't know the way we were playing, and then second half we play the same way in the first half. And we do that mostly every single game, so every team will know what we do in the second half now. So it's just...
So we've been sussed out, do you think? So what's the way out of this? Is it buying more players? Is it changing the way we play? Is it, dare I say it, a new manager? I mean, what is that? I don't know. No. What is it? What do you think we need to do?
Probably a new striker, because I don't think Dom up top on his own is not going that well now. So I reckon the main priority of this rest of the window is to get striker in, and possibly another winger, and then slot Christie into number 10 or number 8.
Because if we slip down the table, it's going to look pretty bad, isn't it, after the start that we had?
Yeah, it's gonna. It happened last season as well. Started well and then just had a downfall throughout the season. So,
but we can still do it.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully. We'll take hopefully. Hopefully's better than none. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
We've got a trio of Adam, Owen, Simon.
Oh, brilliant. Okay.
I'm going to let them speak first, if that's all right.
Yeah, of course it is. I'm going to come down here.
Say things I should be saying.
Adam, I'm getting old. How are you? Good. I like your gloves. Did you have them on during the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. And what did you think of the game?
Not very good.
No. Not what you expected today, was it?
No, I expected 2-1.
You expected us to win 2-1?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd go along with that. I thought it'd be something like that. And in the first half, it looked all right, didn't it?
Mm.
And you had quite a good view, didn't you, of all the chances in that first half?
Yeah, we did.
There was a few that I thought should have gone in, definitely. Billing.
A couple of times we should have had some penalties. On some of them we would have. It
got a bit feisty, didn't it, the game? A little bit kind of pushing and shoving. And in the second half, Hull were a little bit... Well, they wasted a lot of time, didn't they?
Mm. So, yeah, they did.
Can you understand why they would do that, though?
To make us have less time.
Yeah.
But half time or added time we would have had a bit longer.
As we went into those added sort of 10 minutes of time, did you think we might be able to get a goal?
Maybe. I wasn't sure though, because it didn't look very good, the game.
No, I wasn't full of hope either. Okay, well, we can still get promotion though, can't we, this season?
Yeah.
What do we need to do?
Get a lot more goals, probably, to get top of the league.
And where are we going to get our goals from?
A lot more games.
Yeah, definitely. Do you think we need another striker?
Maybe.
Maybe. Thanks, Adam. Really good. Thank you. Oh, back up again. Owen, what do you think?
I'm not going to lie, it was quite a shocking game, to be fair.
Yeah.
I mean, like Adam just said, maybe we do need a backup, actual good striker. Maybe just like a good player that's like quite far into his career, that's going to retire in a few years, that can be that super sub that will help us at the end of games to actually hope to get that goal. Because today at the end of the game we just looked like we didn't want that extra goal during that injury time. So
yeah, you sort of remind me there of where we got promoted last time, and Eddie Howe got Kenwood Jones in. Someone like that who can really kind of turn a game around would be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because it just looked like, for example, Billing, he didn't look like he wanted the win towards the end. He was kind of looking like he was giving up. To be fair, when Morgan Rogers came on, I didn't even see him on the pitch. He had like one touch of the ball. He could have gone home and we wouldn't have known.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think when Morgan came on, he was sort of almost spent most of his time actually trying to defend against Hull. We've been linked with Tom Lawrence. Do you think that's a possible player that could help us?
Yeah, I feel like it is, because we, at the moment, with our like attacking side, we have practically only Christie, Solanke and Anthony, and then you have the players like Lowe who can't really play in the positions as it's shown today. So I feel like Lawrence, he can play anywhere on that front three. It would really help us at the start and also towards the end of the game.
Okay, and we're going to go to Barnsley next. Barnsley are rock bottom of the league. I mean, you can't get any lower. They're below Derby, who it's been pointing out had massive points deduction. We got to get a result there, haven't we?
Yeah, and if we play like we did today against Barnsley, there's no chance. Surely there's no way we're going to get promotion. But we've got to beat them. Rock bottom Barnsley, got to beat them.
Got to beat them. Owen, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey Simon, how you doing, mate?
Am I allowed to swear?
Yeah, you are allowed to swear, yeah.
Fucked off.
Oh,
sorry about that, anyone who's of a certain age. Let's start with the lack of energy and lack of application, and that's just the people standing on the sideline, not even on the pitch. No, I'm talking about the management team and everybody, and the lack of passion. And if you've got no passion on the sideline, that will have an impact on what's going on the pitch. But that aside, stop playing fucking Lerma in the position he's playing in, right? Now, if I remember rightly, at the start of the season, we were kind of doing all right.
Doing really well.
And we had quite a decent formation, and we were looking at a ball-playing midfielder in front of the back four, all right? And before the season started, if you were to choose who is your ball-playing midfielder that can sit in front of the back four, you wouldn't choose Jefferson Lerma. Now, that's nothing against Jefferson Lerma, because he's fucking ace and he gets stuck in and does all that. We need him further up the pitch. Bring Kilkenny or even Lewis Cook. Lewis Cook's got a lot of grief lately. I think wrongly. I blame the tactics and the strategy of the management team, not the players that we have on the pitch. I want Lerma back up the pitch. I want the best three in midfield that we had at the start of the season. I want that back. Stop pushing the fullbacks up, both of them so high at the same time. Let one of them drop. Give the ball to a ball-playing midfielder. Start playing fucking football again. They're too high up the pitch. There's not much space. And it's not about Kirk's is just getting worked out. It's not. We know what works for us and what was working. When the teams are fit and the players are available, let's get back to it and get back on that. Is that enough?
That's good.
Is that all right?
Yeah, no, I thought you made a compelling
right?
argument there for, there's a lot of people saying, and they have said, when we went through our little Christmassy dip thing, change things. But if you can change things too much, can't you? It's like it's like a jigsaw puzzle. If I start changing all the pieces, it's not going to look like what you want it to look like.
There's no denying that injuries and everything else that's happened have had an impact on us. But we know our best formation that feels like it works. So we know the best players that are available if they're about. It's getting noisy, isn't it? Let's let that go past. It's like Hensman's empty beer bottles going past. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right, and it's frustrating to watch it. And the plan B or lack of somebody else, or we do need something else, there's no doubt about it. But it always feels like, it's a different player coming on, but it's the same idea.
Yeah.
And there's not a change of idea. And that's not down to the players on the pitch. That's down to the team off the pitch. and you must work on something else. There's no injection of pace. We need pace. Again, before the season started, I said we're going to really miss Danjuma. He had electric pace, but where was the pace going to come from? You know, in games when we get ahead and we want to shut up shop, who's going to be the fast player over the top that can run into the channels and do that kind of stuff? So that's the kind of player that I think we need more than anything, because it gives us a different kind of change-up.
Jermaine Defoe's on a free.
His wages aren't now, are they?
No, definitely not. We know that from last time.
But anyway, onwards and upwards, as they say.
Good
I'm a bit fucked off today, but you know, can't have it all, can you?
Can't have it all. Can't have it all, buddy. Hey, Chris, how are you? Oh, it's a delight to meet you.
First of all, I want to apologise to the Cherries supporters out there. Sorry for being a jinx. I come to the country and you automatically go on a losing streak, and so I just want to apologise. Please don't kick me out of the fraternity.
No, you're here to stay, buddy. You're a Cherry for life for sure. So, from your lofty view of the game, what did you think?
First 20 minutes, I thought we could have been 2 or 3 up. We just walked the ball but we just put the ball wherever we wanted to, everywhere we wanted to go. Hit the post a couple times. I don't know. We were at our angle. I don't know how close some of the headers were, but you know. But then again, after 20 minutes, it was just like Hull made some adjustments, and then halftime, it was like 2 different teams came out. It was like all of a sudden we were discombobulated. We were kicking it to them most of the time, didn't have anything, and then they had that one moment of brilliance, and we're 1-0 down, and then fighting, and then, you know, I don't want to, I don't want the hate to come to Sam's channel, but Hull might have been the softest team in the championship, because they were going down at a whim on anything. Like that guy at the end might have had a knee injury because he did have, but everybody else who was like, Bournemouth's got the ball, let's fall down real quick and take about 5 minutes off. So, yeah, frustrating, but once again, you know, they did what they needed to do to win, and we didn't. So, you know, you can't complain too much.
Played right into their hands, didn't we? I think it needed an early goal from us. I think if we'd scored that early goal, I
think we could have had 2 or 3 more if we scored in that first 20 minutes, because we were on the ball. It looked great, and it was threatening. It's like, here we go. It was like the first 20 minutes, I would dare to say probably 18 minutes were ours.
Yeah.
You know, all in our possession, because it took forever for them to get the ball in their half. But, man, we just couldn't put it in the net. Same thing with Luton Town. Couldn't put it in the net when we needed to. So, and rumor has it you got to score to win. So
yeah, that's what they tell you. That's what they tell me too. Yeah. Now, you've been here now. You watched a couple of games since you come over. You got to go back soon, I guess.
Yes.
So, do something a little bit different. Just to end this today is over the 2 games you've seen, and you've seen the players up close and personal now. Who's impressed you, and who's maybe not going to make your Christmas list?
That's a tough one. Because if you would have told me the first 20 minutes, it would have said just about the entire team, because everybody was playing well.
Yeah.
It really is a tough one, because you think Marcondes is you can tell he's got a fighting desire to be there. He's always all over the place. Defense is playing pretty well. Travers is great. Travers kept us in the Luton Town game for sure for that. So those guys definitely have. And I never want to throw the negatives on anybody. So I'll just say, hey, there's a few people that we need some improvement on. So we'll leave it at that.
Chris, some people are starting to get a little bit upset with the type of football we're playing, with Parker's decisions. Is this down to Parker? Because we just talked about how well the players are doing.
Yeah.
You know, does that need to change? Does he need to change?
I wish I knew more about the tactics of the game. I only know what I see from my little bit of sporting knowledge. But when you say that, if you would give me about a 2-hour football tactics course with Kurt Tovey, then I probably could figure some things out. But up until then, I only know what I see. And I see that, I do know that it seemed like way before the first international break is where we were scoring at will. We were doing anything. Whatever we were doing then, I wish we could bottle that and drink it before every game. And so, but then it seems like it's just been a struggle ever since that initial first international break. So, still we're in a good position, in the table, but we got to throw some W's up here pretty soon. We just can't become draw FC or loss. So
it would be a travesty, wouldn't it, if after that fantastic start of the season, if we had a drop now, that's gonna be terrible.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Chris, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you so much for being a supporter always of the show. And if you'd like to be a supporter of what we do here, well, they need to subscribe.
Subscribe, hit that little bell thing, and make sure that when you come to some matches, you stay away from me because I'm the jinx.
From the Tigs and the Jinx and Sam on the cam. See you next time.